Okay, we are back for our NBA predictions and best bets here for May 6th. Yesterday was bad, I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't see either of those coming. I just didn't, you know. Thunder with an all-time choke. That is a coaching malpractice. I think I used that word right. It's just disgusting effort. What are we doing? Why are you fouling when Jokic is out the game up by 3 points? I don't understand it. If Aaron Gordon hits that three, then to tie the game, you tip your hat and you say, good game. We're going to take the final shot to try to win it or send it in or we go to an overtime. Just horrible coaching. Chetney's hit those free throws. They should have forced the ball into Shea there. It is what it is. I'm really not concerned with the Thunder. I think they're going to still win in 5, maybe 6 now. Boston, yeah, it's trouble. Boston's in trouble. They'll probably still win, but Boston is in trouble now. I will say that. But here we go. Huge games today. We start things off back in Cleveland, Ohio for the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Indiana Pacers. Our second game tonight, Golden State Warriors, Minnesota Timberwolves, game number 1 from the Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Again, Pacers to win the series went from plus 415 to about plus 220 now. You can get it at some books at plus 220. Again, I've seen that varying from plus 180 to plus 220. I would still hammer plus 220 right now if I'm being honest with you guys. And I'll tell you why later. And then, of course, Timberwolves Warriors. I have some things to say about that series as well. Okay, and before we get into the video, folks, make sure to go check out our MLB Best Bets. That's linked in the description down below. That was posted earlier today. And on Greedo Plays MMA, 3 videos this week or 3 predictions this week. PFL Mana predictions. Tomorrow, we're doing our PFL Europe predictions. Originally supposed to be today. I've moved it to tomorrow instead, so make sure to join us tomorrow for that. And our UFC 315 predictions from Montreal, Quebec, Canada were posted on Sunday in the main event for the Welterweight Championship. Bilal, remember the name Muhammad, takes on Jack Della Maddalena. Okay, and go subscribe to Greedo Plays MMA. We are less than 300 subscribers away from 1,000. Let's get that done. Okay, on to the first of our 2 games today. So originally I told you guys the Cavs were going to win game 2. I'm saying no now. This is not because, it's not an emotional pick. Not because I saw game 1 and I say, you know what, I think the Pacers are going to get game 2. No, this is all based off the injury situation right now. The Cavs, the series is on the line here. The Cavs don't beat the Pacers today, and by the way, I'd be more inclined today to play Pacers spread. Just don't play the money. You can play the money line, but I'd be more inclined to just play +9 to +9.5 Indiana. This game is going to be a lot closer than the Bucks think it's going to be. To win the game, I'm still going to play it too, but by far the best bet is +9.5 / +9 for Indiana. This is not going to be a blowout. This is going to go down to the wire. Here's why I think Indiana wins. It's the injury situation. So there's 3 guys potentially out today for Cleveland, and ESPN is going to have them as questionable. You look anywhere, they're questionable for this game. Watching Kenny Atkinson or listen to what Kenny Atkinson said, I don't think these guys are playing. I'm just going to be honest. I don't think any of them are playing. Especially Mobley and Hunter. Atkinson was leaning towards the doubtful side that these guys were going to give it a go tonight against the Pacers. Garland seemed like a real questionable, but I think he's still obviously hurt. So again, Hunter's got the thumb injury, Mobley's got the ankle injury, and Garland again has still the toe injury from last series. It's been lingering for a while at this point now. Yeah, the Cavs aren't beating the Pacers with those 3 guys out. They just won't. You take away that many core guys from your rotation, and I know what you're thinking. Oh, okay, DeAndre Hunter plays off the bench. Oh, Ty Jerome can just fill in. Dean Wade can play big. You know, they'll start Sam Merrill. They can do that, but then what do you leave for your bench unit? Guys, the Cavs cannot beat the Pacers with 3 rotational guys out. I'm just going to be honest. The way Donovan Mitchell's playing, I understand you can look at the stat sheet and you can see 33 points for Donovan Mitchell. That's great. He shot the most inefficient game of all time. 13 for 30, but the big one, 1 for 11 from beyond the arc. That can't happen. That can't happen. And now, all the pressure's on Donovan Mitchell in this game. No Garland, no Mobley, no DeAndre Hunter as well. Now, you don't just take away defensive problems for the Pacers with DeAndre Hunter. You get rid of the 3 ball on the other side as well. I think the Pacers are winning this game, guys. So again, the official quote that it was, I pulled it up here. Cavs head coach Kenny Atkinson says that he has real concern about DeAndre Hunter and Evan Mobley's availability tomorrow against the Pacers. Yeah, they're not playing, guys. And if they do, nowhere near 100%. So if they play, they ultimately just might be a disservice to this team, and you might see them, out at halftime, I feel great about the Pacers here. And I know what people are saying, the Pacers, they had they say they had a once-in-a-lifetime game shooting the ball in game 1. Anyone saying that hasn't watched the Pacers play this year, especially in the second half of the season. They will have games like this where, yes, they're going to take 36 three-pointers, and they're going to hit over half of those. And in all fairness, I love Tyrese, and that's going to usually be with Tyrese Halliburton shooting about 33% from the three-point line. Now, that's fine because of what else he does for that team, scoring-wise, passing the ball, obviously. Again, I've coined him the new point god. I think he's going to have a better legacy than Chris Paul when it's all said and done. I'm just going to be honest, because I think Tyrese is going to win a ring. I don't know if it's this season, probably not, but I do think Halliburton's going to be in a position. I think the Pacers, honestly, they are a piece away from really being favorites. I'm just going to be honest. If Indiana, I don't think Kevin Durant really fits this team, but if they can get another big piece, Giannis, I don't know if that happened, obviously, with what just happened between these two squads. But if they can get Giannis Antetokounmpo, oh man. That's nasty. Just saying. Anyways, but yeah, you look at this Cavs team and you take away, again, your key rotational guys. So without Garland, right, in the last game, they ran an 8 or 9-man rotation, right? The starters were Merrill, but he only played 18 minutes. So, Max Strus, Donovan Mitchell, Jared Allen, Evan Mobley. The guys coming off the bench were Dean Wade, DeAndre Hunter, who plays 30 minutes and plays clutch time over Sam Merrill, Isaac Okoro, and Ty Jerome. Okay. So you take away, I don't think Hunter and Mobley are playing. I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you. And I don't think Darius Garland's gonna play either. And we've said this before about Darius Garland. Yes, he's a phenomenal, scorer. He really helps that offense. He moves that offense. And the TNT crew, made a point of saying that in game 1, which is true. It is, right? Darius Garland, there's a reason he's an all-star. There are nights where, again, he will help the Cavs because, right, Donovan Mitchell goes 1 for 11, but then Garland's shot's falling, right? There are games where that's the case, sure. However, he's a liability on defense. 100% he is, right? Because instead of the Pacers going high pick and roll, get the switch for Tyrese Halliburton on Jared Allen. And by the way, again, we could look at Halliburton's shooting numbers, but then when it matters, when he needs to take that step back 3 over Jared Allen, he sinks it. Because the guy's a clutch player. He steps up to big moments, and he's one of the best players in the NBA. Dare I say Tyrese Halliburton's a top 15, top 10 player in the NBA. I don't care his stat line doesn't look good every day. I don't care he wasn't an all-star this season. What this guy does to get his team to win, he's a born winner, and his teams win. Look at the last 2 seasons. Anyways, but instead of, always needing the switch to get Tyrese on Jared Allen, which will work, now Tyrese can just attack Darius Garland. Because Garland's not a good defensive player. He's not. He's not a good defensive player compared to the other guys in the court for Cleveland, right? So now you can still operate with the switch on Jared Allen, but also now Reese can, work inside, hit his float game on Darius Garland, step back, shoot over him. Again, that's if Garland plays. I think, yes, the Cavs offensively will be much better. They're so much worse defensively without Darius Garland on the court. And especially with DeAndre Hunter off the court, because usually that's the sub they're going to make. Now, there is a scenario where Mobley doesn't play, Hunter and Garland play, which will be interesting, but still, you have the problem of Garland on the court defensively. Again, I don't think any of these guys are playing, and I don't think the books have really seen this yet. I think they're expecting these guys to play. Just, again, listening or hearing what Kenny Atkinson said, I don't think these guys are playing. I think they are in real trouble here. I really think they are. And guys, if the Pacers win game 2, they're sweeping this team. I'm serious. I'm hearing the comps to that Hawks team. Got 2017 Hawks, 2016 Hawks. The one with the 4 All-Stars, right? Teague, Millsap, Korver, and Horford. I'm seeing those comps. I don't think it's that. I think I have said that before in the regular season. Like, this team will fall apart in the playoffs. They're not built for the playoffs. And again, guys, I've been calling this for the longest time. And originally my prediction was Pacers in 6, but with the injuries, and it's not based on my pick in game 1, or what happened in game 1, because honestly, guys, I expected that. I expected that to happen in game number 1. It's exactly the game I called. Not to pat myself on the back too many times, but it's literally the game I called. And it happened in game 1, and it unfolded. Cleveland, every time they tried to get back in the game, the Pacers would hit a big shot, right? Benedict Mathurin would hit a big shot. Andrew Nembhard is elite. He is. He's elite from the 3-point line. He steps up in big moments. Aaron Nesmith was great. Miles Turner, guys, I cannot state how big of a three-pointer that was to close the third quarter. Instead of going down, or instead of being down 1 going into the fourth quarter, you go up 2 going into the fourth quarter. It gives your team so much more momentum. They play selfless basketball here with the Indiana Pacers. Everyone can shoot in the court at all times, and they're always in your face. If you score, they instantly inbound the ball, and Tyrese is immediately running. And that's what makes this team so great. They're out conditioning teams in the court. Again, it's exactly what I expected in Game 1. So no, my change in series prediction is not because of Game 1. It's because of the injuries. No Evan Mobley changes this team so much. Just does. Because, okay, who's Cleveland going to start tonight with no Mobley, no Hunter, no Garland? It's going to be Allen at the 5. And then you got Strus at forward. Sam Merrill's going to continue to start. Donovan Mitchell, and then who is the other starter? It's probably Ty Jerome, but then, okay, who comes off your bench now? You're running a 7-man rotation with Dean Wade and Isaac Okoro off the bench, but Okoro doesn't really play big minutes, and honestly, Sam Merrill doesn't play big minutes either. They're screwed. They are. Indiana's fully healthy, and the Pacers are going to win this basketball game. Easily, I think. Actually, no, probably not easily. It's in Cleveland. But I think the Pacers are going to win. Again, I think by far the best play today is plus 9.5 / +9. But I'm sprinkling on plus 330 as well, and I'm waiting to cash my ticket for Pacers series winner. Okay? I told you guys we're going to make a lot of money off this series. The series is a money glitch. And that's exactly how it's turning out. Okay? Pacers in 4. I legitimately think they're going to win this game today. The injuries do not favor Cleveland at all, because unless Donovan Mitchell somehow becomes extremely efficient from beyond the arc, Cavs aren't winning anything. They're not. So, give me Indiana money line on the road. But again, plus 9.5 is the best bet. Pacers win, they go up 2-0, and they will sweep this Cavs team. Maybe 5. Maybe the Cavs can get 1 in Indiana. I don't know. Probably not. Yeah. Pacers in 4. I'm serious. Final game of the day. Let's go to Minnesota. So, Timberwolves versus Warriors. Another one of these series where, again, maybe I haven't been the best with Thunder. You know, well, obviously I didn't get the Thunder game yesterday. I didn't get the Celtics game. I don't really know what to say about the Celtics-Knicks at this point. Legitimately, I just don't know what to say about that series. I think Boston wins game 2 tomorrow, but we'll talk about that more. I'm really not concerned with OKC. I think that was just one of those games. Like, I think the Thunder probably win in 6. I think they win game 2. I think probably they win game 3. They drop game 4. They win 5 and 6, I think, personally. So I'm not concerned with that. This one, I'm going to make a very bold statement. I think the Timberwolves will either sweep this team or win in 5. I think this is a complete mismatch. I think it's crazy that I think the Wolves are like minus 170-ish on the line. That should be a lot more. Game 7 Warriors-Rockets, I called it to a T, right? I had a big day that day, right? We had Pacers money line in Cleveland, and we had the Warriors to win in Houston for Game 7, again at plus money, right? We cashed both those. And the underdogs have been cashing all the time in the NBA right now. And the Pacers will cash as well. The underdog is not hitting tonight. The Warriors have had to play gauntlets, or they've just had to play grueling games back to back to back. They get no rest, by the way, this entire series. They have no days off at all. It's all travel days, essentially, at this point for the Warriors, right? It is a straight sprint now to the Western Conference Finals. That does not favor them at all. The Timberwolves have been sitting back and watching for the last, week at this point. They've been in the chair in the corner just watching. It's not what I was... I'm not insinuating the Timberwolves are cucks. Anyways, the Warriors are going to have they're going to be so challenged against Minnesota, just in terms of, look at both these teams' lineups. I don't care that, Draymond Green has Rudy Gobert's number. I don't care. I don't. I don't give a single damn. And it comes to a point where if you're Rudy Gobert, and you've been hearing this for years, and this is the one thing that's eluded you. You're right, you're a future Hall of Famer. Rudy Gobert, say what you want about the guy, he's going to the Hall of Fame. He's one of the best defense players of all time. He's got the accolades to back him up on that. Dare I say that Lakers series, again, adds to his legacy. It does, and I think this playoff run will continue to add to his legacy as well. Do I think the Timberwolves are going to the finals? No. I still think the Thunder are beating them in the next round. In 5 games, probably. But in this series, I think they dominate the Warriors. How are the Warriors going to match up with Minnesota? I think Gobert is going to dominate Draymond. I'm just going to be honest. I think it's going to get in his head that, wow, Gobert has a lot of, momentum building for him right now. I think Gobert is going to play confident basketball. I think Gobert is going to be scoring very efficiently in this game. I think he's going to. The bigger problem, though, for the Warriors is Julius Randle. Now, I hope Julius Randle doesn't immediately regress after the Lakers series because, again, he gained, superpowers for that Lakers series like a lot of guys do. But I think it's a legitimate question. How are the Warriors going to guard Julius Randle? I don't know. Jimmy Butler, good luck. Randle will give them a lot of problems. I think Rudy Gobert, honestly, is going to give them even more problems. I think the Warriors got exposed in those games 5 and 6. Yes, they won game 7, but guys, again, that was the most obvious Rockets choke of all time. It just was, right? And I said this before that game started. I said I can break down as many X's and O's as possible. I can say, this matchup looks good for the Rockets. Oh, I don't like this for the Warriors. Ultimately, guys, history matters and cultures matter. And the Rockets, being a young team, did not step up to the plate in an elimination game against Steph Curry. I know Steph had a bad game until the Warriors got ahead. I don't care. The Rockets were never showing up in that spot. You knew it. I knew it. The American people knew it. The history is there with Golden State and Houston. It's so Rockets to get back in the series just to blow it. And hey, coming back from down 3-1 against the Warriors isn't for everybody. It isn't, Lakers next year. Just wait. Next year's our year. Just wait till we get Bam Adebayo in the offseason, okay? Right, that was obvious, I don't, I looked at the matchups and, okay, well, Adams didn't have the game that he did in game 6. He really didn't feed him the ball inside. There really were no opportunities for him. Şengün, let's just be honest, was disappointing. Julius Randle, guys, will not be disappointing. Rudy Gobert, yeah, he's not known for his scoring. How are the Warriors going to grab a rebound? Draymond's physicality at the big 36 years of age can only take you so far. 35 years of age can only take you so far at this point. I'm just going to be honest with you. Jimmy's just been I'm going to be honest with you. Steph has been mediocre. Buddy Hield had a legacy game. Buddy Hield 12 for 15 from the field, 9 for 11 from the three-point line, 33 points. Again, I was laughing because, again, it's raining in Houston and we have the Warriors. Even though I wanted the Rockets to win, even though I had US dollar on the Warriors, I was just, I kind of, didn't care. I was just kind of hoping the Rockets were to get it done, but we knew they weren't going to. So that's why, again, we made the smart choice of picking the Warriors. Guys, Buddy Hield's not doing that ever again. That's just, again, that's one of those things that can only happen to the Rockets against the Warriors. Let's just be honest. Buddy Hield going 9 for 11 from beyond the arc, scoring 33. Again, that will not happen again. Podziemski's been extremely mid in the playoffs. Curry, again, has been mid. Jimmy's been decent, but post-injury hasn't been the best. Draymond, guys, again, the narrative has been for the past years that, Draymond bitches Rudy Gobert. That changes in this series. There's only so much a man can take, right? Gobert, this is like when you finally fight back against your bully. Gobert will fight back in this series, and Rudy Gobert will be the one to push the Timberwolves over the top. And I haven't even talked about Anthony Edwards. Again, I just hope Ant plays with that same fire that he did in the Lakers series. Minus Game 5, because Game 5 was horrible for him. Wolves still won. It is what it is. But again, it's the same problem. The Warriors have the same problem the Lakers have. They don't have bigs to match up. And sure, again, yes, would Draymond and Green have helped the Lakers, be more successful in that series? Yes. Does Draymond win that series for the Lakers? Obviously, no, but probably wins them a game, right? And sure, I'm sure Draymond would have loved to help LeBron James out in that series. Anyway, I wouldn't be surprised if Draymond finds his way on the Lakers, actually. Oh, God, we might start Draymond Green at the 5 next year. I didn't think about that. Oh, no. Anyways, right? The Warriors still have the same problem. It's only so far Draymond's physicality can take you. And sure, okay, maybe he does do well against Gobert. Well, then Julius Randle is another big who's going to grab rebounds like Rudy. Again, regardless of how bad Rudy plays offensively, he's still going to grab boards. He's going to. And he's kind of mastered the putback dunk now, something that he has kind of struggled with in the past. Like, I remember Utah Rudy. He'd grab boards. He wouldn't go back up with it, though. Or he'd grab a board, come down with it, and look to put it back up with a layup. In that last series against the Lakers, Gobert, anything on the rim, he's putting it back up. He's not touching the ground, obviously. He's going up with it, and he's slamming it immediately, right? That is another, facet in the game of Rudy Gobert, which makes him all that more dangerous. And again, if Anthony Edwards just has a good day, oh my goodness, the Warriors are in so much trouble. The game's in Minnesota, too. We saw how much trouble the Lakers had in Minnesota, right? Fourth quarter happened. Oh, Lakers doing fine until the fourth quarter, Minnesota pulls away. The Warriors are not built for this. I'd argue, again, the Lakers are still a better team than the Warriors. I don't care. I think the Lakers are still better. They have Luka and LeBron. If Luka and LeBron with no big can't beat the Timberwolves, how are Steph and Jimmy going to beat the Timberwolves without a big? Again, I don't think this series is competitive. I think the same exact thing that happened to the Lakers happens to the Warriors. We are taking the Minnesota Timberwolves to win this game and cover. And by the way, again, short rest for the Warriors. Tonight's going to be a blowout. We can talk in game 2, but this one will not be competitive. And I think, personally, Wolves in 5. Give me Golden State in game 3 or game 4. Wolves in 5 in this one. I feel pretty good about it. They're going to break the curse of the underdogs continuing to win in the NBA playoffs this year. Timberwolves money line, Timberwolves spread, and folks, that'll do it for our NBA predictions here for May 6th. If you haven't yet, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. Folks, thank you all for watching, and Mamba forever.